Greetings, YouTubers. I am back again to share my results thus far from the Acne.org regimen and using it properly. If you would like a history of what I have done in the past and the way that I've been using the regimen, exact details, all of that information, you can look to my previous video that talks about the Acne.org regimen. But I'm here today. I have been on the regimen for almost 3 months, like 2.5 months. I don't know the exact dates. I would have to look back at my calendar. But it has been over 2 months and under 3. And so in those couple of months, I have been using the regimen in the exact same way that I said I would be using it in my first video. And I have seen wonderful results, to be quite honest. I currently have one raised bump on my face total. When I rub my hands across my skin, it is almost totally smooth. The one raised bump that I have is almost totally gone. And so right now, the only thing that I'm dealing with is the hyperpigmentation from the previous pimples that I had, and it is fading. To give an understanding, just if you don't want to look at the previous videos, I am using 3 main products. That is, well, 4 main products. That is the generic form of the Cetaphil wash, the Alpha Hydroxy Plus, which is actually used last, and the main ingredient, which is the benzoyl peroxide, and moisturizer. So those are the 4 ingredients. I haven't strayed from those. I haven't added anything to the regimen. I haven't really been doing anything diet-wise, which lets me know that it is the regimen that's actually working, because my diet has been pretty awful lately, actually, which is something that I need to work on, but that's neither here nor there. So I can say that, again, this regimen is definitely working for me. I will show you my skin to give you an idea. This is the side, and I don't know if you can really tell. This is the only raised bump that I have now. It is well on its way out. It's almost fully flat, but everything else is smooth. And so all of these marks that you're seeing here are hyperpigmentation. And this is the other side. Totally smooth, no bumps whatsoever. I've been getting a lot of wonderful compliments on my skin. I was at a conference and a total stranger walked up to me and said, "Your complexion is just gorgeous. You have beautiful skin." And I have never gotten compliments like that before in my life, especially from a complete stranger. And she didn't know how much that meant to me, because skin is not something that I've ever gotten complimented on. Hair, clothes, personality, all of those things have been great, but skin has never been one of those things, and so it really made me feel wonderful. So if you would like my total overall review of the Acne.org regimen up to this point, I would say that it is excellent. It has worked wonders for me, and I can't wait to see what's in store for the next couple of months. It did not work as quickly as I thought that it was going to work. But that's not important, because I stuck with it and it worked out in the end. I could see that it was making incremental progress throughout the entire time. And so, of course, I wanted to speed it up and be like, oh, I should be finished. I should be free of acne. I should be good. So I encourage you that if you are trying the regimen and aren't seeing results yet, well, first, make sure that you're practicing it in the correct way. And then after that point, I would just kind of wait and let it work its magic, because if you do stick with it and do the steps in the correct way, it does work. So I will be continuing the regimen. I will be continuing to use the Alpha Hydroxy, because even though I still have hyperpigmentation on my face, one of the things that I can tell is that it is fading much more quickly. The marks that are on my face are pretty light right now, and I've read several times that it's supposed to take about 6 months for dark marks to heal, and it's been much less than that, and I can see that they're already on their way out. The interesting thing is that when I put on makeup, which I'm about to do now, my skin looks almost totally clear. So what I'm going to use is something that I just started using, which is this 355 Fit from Maybelline. And I'm just going to use a little bit of that in the areas where the hyperpigmentation is the worst. So on my cheeks, and then this fun guy right here. So I'm going to use little dabs almost as concealer because I've never really used concealer before. And then I'm going to use my Studio Fix in NW45. And so I'll show you how my skin looks with makeup on. Okay. For the record, this is not by any means a tutorial. I do not do makeup. I just do what works. And as you'll notice, I am, even with this makeup, using the same kind of technique that I use when I put on the alpha hydroxy and the benzoyl peroxide and the moisturizer, which is using the weakest finger on my hand, just to make sure that I'm not irritating my skin, not applying too much pressure, anything like that. Alright. So I rub that in pretty well. Give it a second to absorb. And give it a second to dry. And then while I'm letting it dry, at this point it's in the morning, so please ignore the bags that you see. But I have already done all 3 of the steps of the regimen this morning, which means that I've washed, I have applied the benzoyl peroxide, and I have put on the moisturizer, which means that it's been I've been up for a while because I did give each of those things time to absorb, 15 minutes in between each. The benzoyl peroxide and the moisturizer before I put on makeup. So, and right now I'm just applying makeup in the areas that do not have the liquid foundation that I just put on. And now it's pretty much dry, and I allowed the Studio Fix, which is mostly powder form, to kind of adhere to the makeup, which just gives additional coverage. And I wish that you could really see. The camera does not do it justice how much better my skin looks, but it gives you an idea of how much different my skin looks without the hyperpigmentation. And so my skin pretty much looks clear. You can see that one bump, which kind of stands out more when it's not in the little circle of dark marks. But outside of that, I think it looks pretty darn good. So, acne.org regimen success. I'm very happy with my results. I I will continue on, as I said, with the alpha hydroxy and all the other steps to continue clearing up the hyperpigmentation. And if I have any breakthroughs in very clear skin, as far as those dark marks being cleared, then I will definitely come back and share my progress with you guys. But I hope that this has been helpful to someone out there who is considering trying the regimen, or who is trying the regimen and has not seen the success that they want thus far. I hope that this helps someone. If you have any questions, please leave them down below, and have a lovely day.